Hello, my name's Mel, welcome to my world, and for those of you that are new to my channel, I'm currently turning this Mercedes Sprinter into an off-grid, go anywhere, sleep anywhere, kind of stealthy camper van. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Now, those of you that are regular viewers to my channel will know that I've had no end of drama with my Sprinter. I've had gearbox problems, I've had engine problems, engine management lights coming on nearly every time I drive it. And today is no different. Today I've got another problem. The engine management lights come on again, but luckily, well, not luckily, well, I guess it is luckily, it's all a good thing, I've got an engine scanner. So as soon as I get back, I just simply plug my scanner in and it tells me what today's problem is. I'll show you. It's literally weekly. So today I've got a mass or volume airflow sensor, a circuit range, performance. In other words, my mass flow air sensor probably needs cleaning. Fingers crossed, that's all it is. It just needs a clean. And I thought I'd make a little video about this because it is important to clean your mass flow air sensor pretty much every time you change your air filter. You should try and make it a regular part of servicing your vehicle, especially a Mercedes Sprinter, because they are so fussy. If something's not sending the right signal, you will get your engine management light come on. So if you do own a Mercedes Sprinter, I highly recommend getting yourself one of these, because this has proved invaluable. I'll put a link below in the description. Right, anyway, enough of that. It's not a sales pitch, it is a recommendation. But if you do click the link in the description, I do make a little bit of commission off of eBay. Not a lot, but it all helps. Anyway, right, so mass flow air sensor, very important you clean them, especially if you've got an old vehicle that's done a lot of miles, and this Sprinter is no exception. It is a 2008 and it's done nearly 150,000 miles, so I'm not overly worried. The chances are it just needs cleaning, so I thought I'd show you how to clean it. And this applies to most vehicles. The mass flow air sensor is really easy to find. It's usually between the air filter and the inlet manifold. It all goes into the inlet manifold, and it's usually not far from the airflow, air filter. So I'm going to spin this van around, face it towards my garage, open the bonnet, and let's look and see if we can find the mass flow air sensor. So this is what the Sprinter looks like under the bonnet. Massive air filter there, and I think you'll find if you've got a Volkswagen Crafter, it's pretty much looks the same. Underneath this though, the engine compartment is very, very different, but from what I've seen, they're pretty much the same. Now the first thing you need to do is disconnect your jump start cable. This simply works like this, and this is live there. This is for when you need to jump start your engine, or you want to help someone else jump start theirs, and that simply clips on the side. You can see I forgot to reconnect that last time I had this apart, and I've had this apart quite a few times. Right, so there's my mass flow air sensor, like I said, connected directly to my air filter. So all I've got to do, push these little lugs in and push forward and then back. And usually they come unplugged quite easily. Same with this one, push the little lug in, push forward and then back. He says. Right. So this is really easy to get this off. Sorry about the background noise. Right, so we need to undo that, then just simply pull that like that, and there you go, she's out. So now I've got to take this off, and this is your mass flow air sensor here, and I'll need to remove this because I need to get to the other side of that to blow some cleaner through it. Be right back. So to remove the mass flow air sensor, all we got to do is undo these two Torx screws here. Very simple. I mean, they make it simple to do because really you should clean them. Right. Yeah, I've heard some mechanics say that every time you change an air filter, like I said, especially in a high mileage car, you should always clean the mass flow air sensor as well. And what this sensor does, it lets the computer know how much air is flowing through that way. So the air comes in, the air is drawn in through here, goes through the filter and cleaned, and then goes through the mass flow air sensor, and that's when that kicks in. That tells the computer on the van how much air is actually flowing. Oh dear, long gone are the days of carburettors. I do miss my air-cooled Volkswagen. Things were so much easier then. Right. There you go, and that is it. So we don't need this anymore, so we'll just put that down now so I don't drop it. Right, and it's got a little guard on here. This has got a guard so we can't get to it, so we need to just pry that off. For that we need a screwdriver. There you go, simple as that. So simply remove this guard, and that in there is your sensor right down inside there, and then don't touch it. Don't ever touch that sensor with your fingers. It's a bit dark in here, isn't it? Let's bring you out here a bit. Right, so I've removed the little cover, and this is like a directional cover as well. It directs the air in a certain direction. It's a bit dark down there, so I'll get my torch, try and light this up so you can see what's down there. I don't know if that's going to work. Let me hold it back here. There you go. Now you can see the sensor in there. Now what we need to do is spray some cleaner in there. Now whatever you do, don't touch that. You mustn't touch it. I can't stress that enough, and you mustn't touch it with the end of this. Now to clean it, I'm using Mass Flow Air Sensor Cleaner. Quite simple really, available off eBay. I'll put a link in the description. So all we do is get our nozzle, aim it. Oh, hang on. Nearly forgot my rag. So I'll put a cloth the other side to catch the residue. Bit of cleaner. And simply spray it in there for about 10 to 15 seconds. Leave it for about a minute or two and then repeat. Spray it 10-15 seconds, leave it to soak for a little while, and then spray it again. Okay, so that's all we do. Spray it in there, leave it for a little while, let that evaporate and do its stuff for about a minute, but we'll skip that bit and then we'll spray it again for another 10 to 15 seconds. So that's what we do. So I'm going to carry on doing that, and I'll come right back to you. Right, so now I'm satisfied. That's had a really good clean. I need to pop my little cap back on, and it's got little lugs. You can see these little lugs standing up there like two little prongs. That's to make sure you get this back in the right place. So click that back in the right place like that. So that's all put back together. That's just a matter of assembling it, put it all back together and put it back on the van. Simple, see? A real simple job. So let's put my torch away. Now there is a rubber O-ring inside here. Just have a quick look at that and make sure the O-ring's all good. You can even smear a bit of silicon lubricant around it. Yeah, I've got some actually. I've got some for my diving equipment. But that's gone on really easy, so we won't need that. But if you do have trouble, don't force it. Try and lubricate that O-ring. You can even use grease if you want to, but silicone is better. There you go. Line the holes up. Hang on, I'll point you down here. So I've simply put it back on, line the holes up, and put the screws back in. Screws back in like this. These don't have to be tight, they literally just hold this in place. The O-ring creates the seal, so don't over tighten these and strip the thread out like so many people do. And I'll show you an example as well of that, because it is only plastic. Literally just do them up. You don't, no hard strain on it. If you look at my air filter box, you'll see there's screws missing, and this is where people in the past have over tightened them and stripped the threads out. I really need to replace these actually, but that's another job for another day. Right, let's get this back on the van. And I put this back on the van. It's quite simple. Make sure these wires are clear. I'll tell you what I'm doing. These prongs here simply line up with two big lugs on the back there. and this simply fits into a hole that comes out about here. It's just an air channel. This part just goes into an air channel that sucks air in from the front. Looks like I've got some mud splashed up on the front of my van. Can't have that. That looks horrible. Where did that come from? Someone's driven past and splashed mud on my van. Oh Lord, how dare they? So this goes back on now. One screwdriver in there. Like that. Simply pop those back on. Don't leave the screwdriver there. Push those back down. And that's it. It's all back together. See how simple that was? One screwdriver for a Jubilee clip, one screwdriver for the torque screws. That is it. Bit of cleaner, done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's all I need to do. So what I need to do now is go back in the cab, delete the error code from the iCarSoft scanner, and then take it for a test drive. So that's the next job. I'll show you how to delete the code. So I'm back in the van. Now to delete the fault code, I need to simply turn my ignition on. I'll bring you around, I'll show you what I mean. So I'll turn the ignition on one click, and then again. So now my ignition is on, but not running. I don't start the engine. I then go to my iCarSoft, and it says, you can see there, it says the fault code. I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Let me put you on this tripod. So there's my fault code, it's still showing up on there. So now I press the back button, it brings me back to this menu, and you can see the next down it says read codes, erase codes. So I'll click these buttons here, down, to erase codes. Click the enter button, and it should say mission related diagnostic will be erased. Are you sure? Yes. Continue. Make sure the ignition is on with the engine off, which it is. Talking to vehicle, please wait. Erase command is okay. So now my codes have been erased. So now all I need to do is start my engine, go for a little spin around the block. Now I'm not going to film myself whilst I'm driving around the block. I'm a professional driver, I've got a clean licence, and I'd like to keep it that way. And I do think that filming and driving, it can't be legal, can it? Surely. And besides, the local Bobby is a friend of mine, and I think it'd be rather embarrassing if he was to see me filming and driving at the same time. So yeah, I'll be right back once I've taken this van for a spin around the block. Well, I'm pleased to say it purrs like a kitten, pulls like a train, just like a Sprinter should. I've got it up to temperature. I've done about 10,000. I've done about 10 miles, got it up to temperature, no warning lights, drives absolutely perfect. I'll just show you what I mean. There you go, just to show you. It's absolutely perfect again. So I'm really pleased. Actually, I'm over the moon because mass airflow sensor from Mercedes is 270 quid plus VAT. That works out about £300. So I've saved myself 300 quid by spending 12 quid on a tin of cleaner. So I'll put a link in the description to where I got this off eBay. It's well worth doing. Every time you change your air filter, apparently you're supposed to clean your mass airflow meter as well. Also, I'll put a link in the description to where I got this iCarSoft car scanner. It's been invaluable, this thing, so I'm really pleased I got that. I will put links in the description to both these products, and I do earn a little bit of a commission off eBay if you buy anything through those links, and I really appreciate your support. So please do give me a thumbs up if I've helped you save some money. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. By subscribing to my channel, you'll help me feed a cat, and I've got two and they're hungry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for now.